How's it going, viewers? I hope you're doing well.
Have you ever been really high, but still needed to go somewhere? Well, back when I was 17, 18, and 19, I got introduced to a very fun, mind-bending thing called acid, or LSD, and I spent a lot of time getting so far out of my mind during those years that I now refer to them as the acid days. I have a lot of experiences during those times, and this is one of them. As the title suggests, I decided to drive one night during one of the trips. When I tell you it felt like I was in a spaceship, it wasn't only just that I was so high, but it was also because the road started to look like how space is said to look, with darkness and stars all over the place. That was the little rocks from the unpaved roads we lived on. I decided to drive because my friends, at the time, and we'll call him Wes, Mom, couldn't understand me when I told her I needed to go sell some weed. I tried asking for a ride and telling her in some metaphorical way that I was too high, but she didn't understand what I was trying to explain. So I said fuck it and decided to drive myself and Wes, who was also high, to sell some weed to someone about 2 or 3 miles away. The whole drive was fine, except when we arrived at the scene of the deal. When we got there and parked, we had time before the client got to the window, and I turned to Wes to tell him, "Don't tell him we're on acid, because I don't want him asking for any." Wes didn't listen to me. And as soon as I put the window down, Wes leaned across the car and immediately said, "Dude, we're tripping balls." I couldn't believe it and blurted out, "What the fuck, man?" Then, just like I didn't want to happen, the boy I was selling to asked if he could buy some. I had a hard time saying no, so I reluctantly said, "Sure." He didn't know I was lying to him, and I would ignore him anytime he would text and ask for acid to trip on. I had done enough to know that it wasn't very good, but I loved it since I already did it for the first time in August 2018. But I wasn't about to start selling it to someone who didn't need to be doing it. After the transaction was made with the weed he was buying, he walked away and I rolled my window up, then turned to Wes to scold him, saying, "Thanks a lot, dude. I didn't want him to think I could get him acid."
I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, let me know, follow me, subscribe, do what you will, but please spread peace, love, and positivity any and everywhere you go. I'm out.